Before you scroll past this, what if I told you there's something inside your body right now that could be helping fight cancer, without you even realizing it? Sounds unbelievable, right? But science is starting to reveal how certain bacteria in our body can actually influence whether cancer cells survive or destroy themselves. And here's the shocking part: your daily habits, the food you eat, even your gut health could be deciding which side wins. Most people think cancer is only about genetics or bad luck, but what if that's only a small piece of the story? What if your body already has hidden tools to fight back and you've just never been shown how to activate them? In today's video, we're going to uncover a fascinating truth about how specific bacteria interact with cancer cells, what current research is really saying, and how you can naturally support your body's internal defense system. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could completely change how you look at your health. Gut bacteria play a far more powerful role in the body than most people realize, especially when it comes to how cells grow, survive, or break down. Inside your digestive system lives a massive ecosystem known as the microbiome, made up of trillions of microorganisms, including bacteria that constantly interact with your immune system and influence many biological processes. These bacteria are not just passive residents. They actively communicate with your body through chemical signals, helping regulate inflammation, metabolism, and even the behavior of abnormal cells. When this balance is healthy, certain beneficial bacteria produce compounds that support the body's natural ability to identify and eliminate damaged or potentially dangerous cells before they become a serious problem. One of the key ways gut bacteria influence cancer cell behavior is through their effect on the immune system. A strong and well-regulated immune system is capable of detecting cells that are no longer functioning properly and triggering processes like apoptosis, which is essentially a form of programmed cell death. This is how the body naturally removes cells that could become harmful. Some beneficial bacteria help activate immune responses by stimulating specific immune cells, making them more efficient at recognizing and targeting abnormal growth. In contrast, when harmful bacteria dominate the gut, they can weaken immune defenses and create an environment where abnormal cells are more likely to survive and multiply. Another important factor is inflammation. Chronic inflammation is often linked to the development and progression of many diseases, including cancer. Certain gut bacteria produce anti-inflammatory compounds that help calm the body's internal environment, reducing unnecessary stress on cells and tissues. When inflammation is kept under control, cells are less likely to experience the kind of damage that can lead to mutations and uncontrolled growth. On the other hand, an imbalance in gut bacteria can lead to increased inflammation, which may contribute to conditions that allow cancer cells to thrive. Gut bacteria also influence the production of short-chain fatty acids such as butyrate, which are created when beneficial bacteria break down dietary fiber. These compounds serve as an energy source for the cells lining the colon and have been shown to support healthy cell function. Butyrate, in particular, has been studied for its potential role in encouraging abnormal cells to self-destruct while supporting the growth of healthy cells. This selective effect highlights how certain bacterial byproducts can contribute to maintaining balance within the body at a cellular level. The connection between gut bacteria and cancer cell behavior is also influenced by diet. What you eat directly affects the types of bacteria that thrive in your microbiome. Diets rich in fiber, fruits, vegetables, and fermented foods tend to support beneficial bacteria, while diets high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats can promote harmful strains. Over time, these dietary patterns can shift the balance of the microbiome, either strengthening the body's natural defenses or weakening them. This means that everyday food choices are not just about calories or weight management, but about shaping an internal environment that either supports or challenges your overall health. Additionally, gut bacteria can impact how the body processes toxins and harmful substances. Some beneficial bacteria help break down and neutralize compounds that might otherwise damage cells or interfere with normal cellular processes. By supporting detoxification pathways, these bacteria reduce the burden on the body and help maintain a healthier internal environment. When this system is compromised, harmful substances may accumulate, increasing the risk of cellular stress and abnormal changes. Emerging research is also exploring how gut bacteria may influence the effectiveness of certain medical treatments, including therapies used to target cancer cells. Scientists have observed that individuals with a more diverse and balanced microbiome often respond better to treatments, suggesting that gut health could play a role in how the body handles disease at multiple levels. While this area of study is still developing, it reinforces the idea that the microbiome is deeply connected to overall health and resilience. The relationship between gut bacteria and cancer cell behavior is complex and involves multiple systems working together. It is not about a single type of bacteria or a simple cause and effect scenario, but rather a dynamic interaction between the microbiome, the immune system, and the body's internal environment. Maintaining a healthy balance of gut bacteria through mindful lifestyle choices can support the body's natural processes, helping it respond more effectively to challenges and maintain stability at the cellular level. The immune system plays a central role in protecting the body from abnormal cells, including those that have the potential to develop into cancer. It is not just a defense mechanism against infections. It constantly monitors the body, identifying and removing cells that are damaged, mutated, or behaving in ways that could be harmful. This ongoing process is often referred to as immune surveillance, where specialized cells move through tissues, checking for anything that doesn't belong or doesn't function normally. When everything is working efficiently, the immune system can detect these abnormal changes early and eliminate the threat before it grows into something more serious. One of the most important aspects of this process involves white blood cells, particularly types such as T cells and natural killer cells. These cells are trained to recognize specific signals on the surface of abnormal or infected cells. When a cell becomes cancerous or begins to mutate, it often displays unusual markers that signal something is wrong. T cells can bind to these markers and initiate a response that leads to the destruction of the abnormal cell. Natural killer cells, on the other hand, are capable of attacking without prior exposure, making them a rapid response force within the immune system. Together, these cells form a powerful defense that continuously works to maintain balance in the body. A key mechanism the immune system uses to eliminate abnormal cells is apoptosis, or programmed cell death. This is a controlled process where a cell essentially receives instructions to shut itself down when it is no longer functioning correctly. The immune system can trigger apoptosis in cells that show signs of damage or mutation, preventing them from multiplying uncontrollably. This process is essential because it helps maintain healthy tissue function and prevents the accumulation of cells that could disrupt normal biological processes. However, cancer cells can sometimes develop ways to evade the immune system. They may alter their surface markers to avoid detection or release substances that suppress immune responses. This ability to hide or weaken the immune system is one of the reasons why cancer can develop and progress. When immune defenses are compromised or overwhelmed, abnormal cells may escape destruction and begin to grow unchecked. This highlights the importance of maintaining a strong and balanced immune system, as its efficiency directly impacts the body's ability to control abnormal cell behavior. Inflammation also plays a significant role in how the immune system interacts with abnormal cells. Acute inflammation is a natural and beneficial response that helps the body deal with injury or infection. It brings immune cells to the affected area and supports healing. However, when inflammation becomes chronic, it can create an environment that is less favorable for normal cell function and more supportive of abnormal growth. Chronic inflammation can damage DNA, disrupt cellular communication, and weaken the body's ability to regulate cell division. This creates conditions where abnormal cells are more likely to survive and multiply. Lifestyle factors have a major influence on immune function. Sleep, nutrition, physical activity, and stress levels all affect how well the immune system performs. A lack of sleep can reduce the activity of important immune cells, making it harder for the body to detect and respond to abnormal changes. Poor nutrition, especially diets low in essential vitamins and minerals, can weaken immune responses and reduce the body's ability to repair cellular damage. On the other hand, a balanced diet rich in whole foods, antioxidants, and nutrients supports immune health and enhances the body's natural defenses. Physical activity also contributes to a stronger immune system by improving circulation and promoting the efficient movement of immune cells throughout the body. Regular exercise helps these cells reach different tissues more effectively, increasing the likelihood of detecting and eliminating abnormal cells early. At the same time, managing stress is crucial because chronic stress can suppress immune function by increasing the production of hormones that interfere with immune cell activity. When stress is prolonged, it can reduce the body's ability to respond to threats and maintain internal balance. Another important factor is the communication between the immune system and other systems in the body. The immune system does not work in isolation. It is closely connected to the nervous system, the endocrine system, and the microbiome. Signals from these systems influence how immune cells behave, how they respond to threats, and how effectively they can carry out their functions. For example, hormones released during stress or relaxation can either weaken or strengthen immune responses, while signals from gut bacteria can help regulate inflammation and immune activity. Advancements in research have also shown how the immune system can be supported or enhanced through targeted approaches. Scientists are exploring ways to train immune cells to better recognize and attack abnormal cells, as well as methods to remove the barriers that prevent effective immune responses. These approaches highlight the incredible potential of the immune system when it is properly supported and functioning at its best. The ability of the immune system to identify and destroy abnormal cells is one of the body's most important protective mechanisms, relying on a complex network of cells, signals, and responses that work together to maintain stability and prevent harmful changes from spreading. Diet and lifestyle have a direct and continuous impact on the composition of the microbiome, shaping which bacteria thrive in the body and which ones decline. Every meal, every habit, and even daily routines send signals that influence this internal ecosystem. The microbiome is highly responsive, meaning it can shift relatively quickly depending on what the body is exposed to. This makes diet and lifestyle some of the most powerful tools for influencing internal health, far beyond what most people typically consider. One of the most important dietary factors affecting the microbiome is fiber. Foods rich in fiber, such as vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains, serve as fuel for beneficial bacteria. When these bacteria break down fiber, they produce compounds that support gut health and influence many processes throughout the body. These compounds can help regulate inflammation, support the integrity of the gut lining, and contribute to a more balanced internal environment. Without enough fiber, beneficial bacteria struggle to thrive, and this can lead to a reduction in microbial diversity, which is often associated with poorer health outcomes. Fermented foods also play a key role in shaping the microbiome. Foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and other naturally fermented items introduce live beneficial bacteria into the digestive system. These bacteria can temporarily, or sometimes more permanently, contribute to the microbial population, helping to maintain balance. Regular consumption of such foods can support digestion, improve nutrient absorption, and contribute to a more stable gut environment. In contrast, diets that lack these foods may miss out on these supportive effects, making it harder to maintain a diverse and resilient microbiome. On the other side, highly processed foods can negatively impact the microbiome. These foods often contain additives, preservatives, and low levels of natural nutrients, which can disrupt the balance of gut bacteria. Diets high in refined sugars and unhealthy fats may promote the growth of less beneficial bacteria, potentially leading to imbalances that affect overall health. Over time, this shift can influence how the body processes nutrients, responds to inflammation, and maintains internal stability. This doesn't mean that occasional indulgence is harmful, but consistent patterns play a significant role in determining long-term outcomes. Lifestyle habits extend beyond diet and also influence the microbiome in meaningful ways. Physical activity, for example, has been shown to support microbial diversity. Regular movement improves circulation and may create conditions within the body that favor beneficial bacteria. Exercise can also influence metabolic processes that indirectly support a healthier gut environment. Even moderate levels of consistent activity can contribute to maintaining balance within the microbiome. Sleep is another critical factor that is often overlooked. The body operates on circadian rhythms, which regulate various biological processes, including those related to digestion and microbial activity. Disrupted sleep patterns can interfere with these rhythms, potentially affecting the composition and function of gut bacteria. Poor sleep quality or irregular sleep schedules may lead to imbalances that impact digestion, energy levels, and overall health. Maintaining a consistent sleep routine helps support not only the brain and body, but also the stability of the microbiome. Stress management is equally important in shaping the internal microbial environment. Chronic stress can alter the balance of gut bacteria by influencing hormone levels and immune responses. The connection between the gut and the brain, often referred to as the gut-brain axis, means that emotional and psychological states can directly impact digestive health. Prolonged stress may reduce beneficial bacteria and increase those associated with negative health outcomes. Techniques such as mindfulness, relaxation, and regular breaks can help mitigate these effects and support a more balanced microbiome. Hydration also plays a subtle but important role. Adequate water intake supports digestion and helps maintain the mucosal lining of the intestines, which provides a habitat for many beneficial bacteria. While water itself does not introduce bacteria, it creates conditions that allow the microbiome to function more effectively. Dehydration, on the other hand, can disrupt these processes and affect overall gut health. Environmental exposures, including the use of antibiotics and hygiene practices, can significantly influence the microbiome as well. Antibiotics, while sometimes necessary, can reduce both harmful and beneficial bacteria, leading to temporary imbalances. Recovery of the microbiome after antibiotic use depends heavily on diet and lifestyle choices that support the regrowth of beneficial strains. Similarly, overly sterile environments may limit exposure to diverse microorganisms, which can affect the development and resilience of the microbiome over time. Consistency is one of the most important aspects when it comes to diet and lifestyle. The microbiome responds to patterns rather than isolated actions. A single healthy meal or one day of exercise will not drastically change the microbial landscape, but repeated behaviors over time can lead to meaningful shifts. This means that small, sustainable changes can have a cumulative effect, gradually shaping a more balanced and supportive internal environment. The relationship between diet, lifestyle, and the microbiome is dynamic and interconnected. Each choice contributes to a larger pattern that influences how bacteria grow, interact, and support the body's functions. By understanding how these factors work together, it becomes clear that daily habits are not just routine actions, but ongoing inputs that shape internal health at a foundational level. Early awareness and prevention play a crucial role in protecting long-term health, especially when it comes to conditions that develop silently over time. Many serious diseases, including those related to abnormal cell growth, do not appear suddenly. They often begin with small, gradual changes inside the body that go unnoticed for months or even years. This is why understanding the early signals and taking proactive steps can make a significant difference. When individuals become more aware of how their body functions and what influences its balance, they are better equipped to respond before minor issues develop into more complex problems. The concept of prevention starts with recognizing that the body constantly sends signals about its internal state. These signals can appear as subtle changes in energy levels, digestion, sleep patterns, or overall well-being. While these signs are often ignored or attributed to temporary factors, they can sometimes indicate deeper imbalances that need attention. Paying closer attention to these cues allows individuals to make adjustments earlier rather than waiting until symptoms become more severe. This proactive mindset shifts the focus from reacting to illness to actively maintaining health. Regular health checkups and screenings are an essential part of early awareness. These evaluations can detect changes in the body that are not yet causing noticeable symptoms. By identifying potential concerns at an early stage, it becomes easier to manage or reverse them through appropriate interventions. Preventive screenings are designed to monitor specific aspects of health, providing valuable insights that can guide decision-making. When used consistently, they become a powerful tool for maintaining control over one's health journey. Education also plays a key role in prevention. The more people understand about how lifestyle, environment, and biological processes interact, the better they can make informed choices. Knowledge empowers individuals to recognize risk factors and take steps to reduce them. This includes understanding how nutrition, physical activity, sleep, and stress influence the body over time. When people are informed, they are less likely to rely on guesswork and more likely to adopt habits that support long-term well-being. One of the most impactful aspects of prevention is the ability to make gradual, sustainable changes. Drastic or short-term efforts often lead to temporary results, while consistent, small adjustments can create lasting benefits. For example, improving dietary habits by incorporating more whole foods, reducing processed items, and maintaining balanced meals can support overall health in a steady and manageable way. Similarly, incorporating regular physical activity into daily routines helps maintain strength, flexibility, and metabolic balance over time. Another important element is reducing exposure to harmful influences. Environmental factors such as pollution, toxins, and unhealthy lifestyle habits can contribute to internal imbalances. While it may not be possible to eliminate all risks, being mindful of these factors allows individuals to minimize their impact. This can include making conscious choices about food quality, personal care products, and daily routines that support a cleaner and healthier environment for the body. Mental and emotional well-being are also closely linked to prevention. Chronic stress, anxiety, and negative thought patterns can affect the body's internal balance, influencing immune function and overall health. Managing stress through relaxation techniques, hobbies, social connections, and mindfulness practices can help maintain a more stable internal environment. When mental health is supported, it becomes easier to maintain consistency in other healthy habits, creating a positive cycle that reinforces overall well-being. Building a preventive approach to health also involves creating supportive routines and environments. Surrounding oneself with positive influences, whether through community, family, or access to reliable information, can make it easier to stay on track. Habits are often shaped by the environment, so creating spaces that encourage healthy choices can significantly impact long-term outcomes. This includes having access to nutritious foods, opportunities for physical activity, and time for rest and recovery. Consistency over time is what ultimately defines the success of preventive efforts. Health is not determined by a single action but by patterns that develop over weeks, months, and years. By focusing on steady progress rather than perfection, individuals can build habits that are realistic and sustainable. This approach reduces the likelihood of burnout and increases the chances of maintaining positive changes in the long run. Early awareness and prevention are about taking responsibility for one's health in a proactive and informed way, recognizing that small decisions made today can influence outcomes far into the future and shape the overall quality of life through continuous, mindful action. And now that you've seen how powerful your body really is, the question is, what are you going to do with this information? Because knowledge alone doesn't change your health. Your daily choices do. Small steps like improving your gut health, eating the right foods, reducing inflammation, and supporting your immune system can make a bigger difference than most people think. Remember, your body isn't your enemy, it's your greatest ally when you treat it right. If this video opened your eyes even a little, make sure you don't ignore it. Start applying what you've learned today, because the earlier you act, the stronger your body becomes. If you found this valuable, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Your health journey starts with awareness, and you've already taken the first step.